Hey guys, what is up? My name is Ian. Welcome to Brokenomics. Today I'm going to go through a really quick price and technical analysis of God's Unchained Gods token, and it has to be quick because price is moving fast on this one at the moment. So a quick overview. What do we have with Gods? Well, a hugely anticipated ICO and launch of the token. Already a massive exchange listing with FTX. Of the two sale options, one sitting above 20x and the other at about kind of 14x, I think, based on the current market price, although of course they aren't tradable till January 11th. And if we were to just like kind of pull up a little comparison with the gold standard in terms of play to earn price action, I'm not going to say play to earn tokens because Axie Infinity certainly is lacking in utility from the research that I've done. But if we pull the two of them up together here, we can see that looking at Axie, you've got a fully diluted valuation of 37 billion, of which 8.5 billion is the current market cap. So you're looking at about between 20 and 25% of tokens being in supply currently. With Gods, that would mean that they could do kind of a 14x from current levels if they were to get to where Axie currently is. So what would that be, like a $70 price point or so? So I'm not saying it's going to $70. I'm just saying, you can make a judgment for yourself if you think that Gods has that kind of potential. What is interesting here is that the current market cap is only 130 million, which would indicate that circulating supply is actually below 5%. But what we know, or we were told in the white paper, as you can see here, well, I pull up first of all this release schedule or supply schedule to make the point here. There's one really key little word there, is anticipated, at the top of it. So they're not saying this is it, this is what we think it will be, and it is subject to change. So you would hope that if it had changed, God certainly would have told people. But if we move on to the more sort of detailed statistics in it, we can see that from the token generation event, 10% of tokens were supposed to be in supply. These are the token foundation and community allocations, which add up to 10%. And then, if there are any tranches, little bits of other tranches, not detailed here, well, it's not detailed there, so it is what it is. Between now and January 11th, it doesn't look like we're going to see a large amount of supply come in. And when we do get to January 11th, we're obviously looking at the unlock of both the ICO options, as well as the community rewards, the play to earn rewards and community ecosystem tokens as well. So exactly what rate we see these unlocked at is not clear. Obviously, we just have that graph and it says, they might be unlocked over, 6 years or whatever. It doesn't say if that's linear. I presume it's a fluid mechanism based on how many people are playing the game and whatever method they have for determining how tokens are doned out. So it does appear that in January, circulating supply will increase, from what we have now currently at about 50 million tokens, I think, up to somewhere around the 100 million mark. And again, it appears that that's quite sharp, but we've a good bit of time between now and then. And I think the question for Axie is, can the business development excitement and hype around the project manage to build price until then and then sustain it when this demand does come in? But one really interesting thing with Axie is actually what's happening on the chart currently. So let's go over to that and have a quick look at the technicals. So just to say, guys, if you're still watching the content and you appreciate it, please click the like button. It takes a second and goes a long way to actually getting our content seen as a new channel. And if you appreciate the content, do consider giving us a sub or hitting us up on Telegram for ICO and IDO opportunities, as well as our ICO, IDO and NFT drop calendar. So what do we see with Gods on the technicals? Well, first of all, obviously, when it started on FTX, it was at this kind of 479 level. We saw the typical kind of FOMO of people aping in and getting in way too early and way too high, and then we saw the panic set in, and a sort of a confirmed downtrend established there. So it then broke out of this downtrend line. It then broke out of this downtrend line to the upside, and then kind of made a lower low again, and returned then to this level as resistance. So you can see the dip here there. This kind of 462 level acted as resistance. It managed to break through there and come up to the previous launch price here at 477, sold off again, but then kind of from this stage here, we had a low, then a higher low, then a higher low, and kind of resistance being found around the same levels here. So kind of an ascending triangle, if you want to look at it that way. And at the kind of after a fail, at the third attempt or third and a half attempt, it managed to break through this 462 level. It also managed to break through the launch price at 477, and key as well, broke through the volume weighted average price since the launch, which is now, instead of declining, is actually flat to rising. And what this means is that the average participant now in the Gods token is actually making money. Basically, that's the average price paid by volume since the launch. So it's had actually quite a large run here from kind of like, 450 since that little mini pullback, and it went all the way up to 560. So looking at, over a 25% increase. This is a 30-minute chart, by the way. So over the, the course of just like 4 hours or so. And now it's pulling back. The first level of interest would be this little shelf here from the start, which it seems to have held on the 30-minute chart kind of around 514. And then, I think it's quite likely we do see it pull back further here, maybe consolidate in this range, in between this previous resistance and this previous support level, sort of in between 477 and 511, and hopefully also being supported by the volume weighted average price as well. But yeah, really positive price action for Gods Unchained to, have the downtrend and the sell-off after the initial hype, managed to consolidate for a while, start to accumulate here at higher and higher levels from here on in, and now actually break out, break the previous high, and actually break this high as well. So really positive price action for Gods, having a healthy pullback at the moment, and definitely one that's worth keeping an eye on. So yeah, thanks for that, lads. Just trying to hit you with a quick one today, and hope you found the content useful. Cheers and good luck.